The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to the NBA Finals, and yesterday's game, bro, it was the pure definition of why they deserve to be in this place and why this is the best team in the league all year long, and why nobody should have ever doubted them. And before we get into that, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Most importantly, please subscribe and comment so I know what you think and if you agree or disagree with me. Now, yesterday's game, first quarter, this was so bad. The first 2 minutes and a half, the Timberwolves only made one shot. There was a time they were 1 for 8. And then the Thunder also didn't get their first bucket until 2 minutes and a half into the first quarter. So about, I'll say like a quarter of the first quarter was gone before any team got a bucket. It was bad. I mean, it was so bad that I was thinking to myself, if the Thunder just scored at 2 minutes and a half into the quarter, it might end up like game three. And it kind of did, but the other way around. Ever since that three went in by Chet Holmgren, it was a 6 point lead after that. I mean, the Thunder went on a crazy run and they never looked back. And their defense, oh my God, bro. Their defense locked in so much yesterday. There was a time when the Timberwolves were 3 for 17. It was so bad. It didn't matter what shot they made, what shot they took. It never felt like that the Timberwolves had a chance to make a run or even try to make it close. And then on top of that, open shots by Jaden McDaniels and the others were bricking. They were missing everything, bro. Anthony Edwards couldn't hit a single long shot. Everything he got was at the basket. He had to get to the basket, which is what we wanted from Edwards. We wanted him to be aggressive, but it was too late. Too late, bro. This game, it was like for him to wait to the fifth game, okay, and then wait until you're being blown out in the first quarter to finally start getting aggressive, you had no chance. No chance. I mean, the Thunder's defense was so suffocating that they couldn't get anything going. Nobody on the Timberwolves got a play going. Nobody got a shot going. It was so bad. The first quarter, the Timberwolves as an entire team were held to 9 points. It's one thing when you say you can't stop great players. You can only hold them, to a certain level. You try to like mitigate them, this, that, and the third. It's another thing when you are literally stopping an entire team. 9 points in the first quarter is crazy. That's insane. To give up 26 points in the first quarter and then only put up 9 is actually crazy work. I never thought that would be possible. And the crazy thing is, Anthony Edwards was the same person clowning the Phoenix Suns in 2022 when they got smoked by Luka. He was like, it's the third quarter and y'all have 30 points. Shit, it sucks around, right? It's not the same now when you the one going through it. And another thing I didn't like when after the game, because it's not too much to talk about the game. The game is over. It was over in the first quarter. They never looked back. But after the game, when they're interviewing them, he's saying he's not hurt. Like he'll be back this time. I understand you want to be confident. You want to be that guy, and that's who he showed that he is this whole time. He's this confident person who can come off as arrogant or cocky, but I don't think he. I think he's just confident. But I don't like the fact that after the game, that's their response. It's bad. It's really, really bad because if you don't feel the pain of losing in the Western Conference Finals, I don't think you believed in yourself to make it past the Western Conference Finals. In order for you to make it past, you have to believe it to the point where if you lose, you're probably gonna cry. You're probably gonna be heartbroken. There's no way you're gonna be sitting and talking about, no, I'm good, I'm fine. Like, nothing's gonna happen. I'll be back next year, this, that, and third. You can have the confidence. It's another thing if you don't feel the pain. You can't win if you don't feel pain. It's just not what it is. Like, it's not how that works. And then on the other hand, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going to the NBA Finals. He's been humble all year, been humble his whole career. He's accidentally cocky sometimes, but you can tell it's from a point where he's trying to be humble, it just comes off the wrong way sometimes because of who he is and how great of a player he is. But for the most part, he's a humble player. And even when he got his Western Conference Finals MVP, the Magic Johnson Trophy, man, the first thing he did was give it to his guys. Even when they were asking him questions, spoke about his guys, and he still put up 34 points. And honestly, I was so excited for this matchup, the Anthony Edwards versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander matchup, because in my eyes, I think these are the two guys that are gonna hold down the NBA after all the old heads retire, and LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. Everybody's been wondering who's gonna be the next people. I think these two guys are gonna be the front runners. And I was so excited for this matchup because of that. I wanted these two guys to show us what they had. And then also on top of that, they both play defense. And yesterday, there was times where Shai picked up Anthony Edwards and he made it hard for him. He had a lot of times where he was helping or had some great ball denial defense. And then Edwards came down and blocked Shai. It was a great, great idea. Like in my mind, I envisioned it to be a great matchup, but the Thunder were just overall the better team. And we unfortunately didn't get to see that matchup between these two and see the real capabilities of these two, going back and forth at each other and having a real duel. It was really underwhelming, honestly. I expected this series to go 6 or 7. I expected it to be a lot more closer. And I didn't expect any blowouts, honestly. Especially the way Anthony Edwards talks and the way he acts, the way he plays, I didn't expect it to be any blowouts. Now, while we're on that topic, and I'm going to talk about the Thunder and the trophy and all that stuff because that's positivity. But while we're still on the negative part of things, for Anthony Edwards, a lot of times in the playoffs, he has given us 18 points, 19 points, 21 points, 22 points. And it's like most of the times his team's able to pull out the win and nobody talks about it. But now you're losing. You lost and you had 18, 19 points. When is it going to be time when we start talking about it? There's a lot of times where Anthony Edwards is underperforming in the playoffs. And he does make the right plays. I understand that. But sometimes the right play is your shot. It might not be the most perfect play in terms of textbook correctness, but it is definitely sometimes the best play because if you're not going, then it's over. It's GG's. Like you see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, there's so many times. People guard him every single day, and it's the playoffs. He's seen everything. They've tried to run zone. They've tried to do everything to get to Shai, and he's still finding ways to put up 30, 40 points. And he almost had a triple-double last game. And in this game, yesterday, Shai had 34, 7, and 8. Chet Holmgren, an amazing X factor. Everybody was saying he's going to be the X factor this whole playoff run. And this is exactly who they needed. And it was decent. Honestly, he was great. Like, he had 22 points. I believe he averaged anywhere between 18 to 20 this whole conference finals. Probably this whole playoff run, honestly. J-Dub, last game had 34 points. This game gave you 19, but you didn't need that much out of him. He made him when it mattered. And it was a great team effort. And that's the thing about the Thunder. Defensively and offensively, they're one unit. They're an entire team. It's not just like, oh, he's our star player and everybody goes around him. And I've been saying this. I understand Shai sometimes takes like 25, 30 shots and has 40 points. I understand that. But other guys still find a way. They still find a way to perform. They still find a way to show up. They still find a way to score. The ball moves around. People, get to touch the ball. And defensively, they get at it. Everybody plays defense. And then they win the trophy. They won the Western Conference Championship. Everything from this team, you can tell there's a culture. From the GM speaking, the coach speaking, even the players speaking, they all talk the same way. You could tell there's some type of training that went on for media training. There's a type of culture. There's a type of respect amongst everybody for themselves, for each other, and for honestly their opponent as well. Like their up and coming opponents, their past, their even like their lives, their fans. They have so much respect when they're speaking They speak from a point of humbleness. They're not cocky. None of them are happy where they are. And that's the one thing they all kept pointing out. When there's no point of satisfaction us making it to the NBA Finals. We are here. We made it to the NBA Finals. That was never our goal. Our goal was to win a championship. I know this is everybody's dream is to play in the NBA Finals, but our goal was never to play in the NBA Finals, and that's it. We want to win a championship. None of them. Everybody repeated the same stuff of we're not satisfied. We're a great team. We like to play with one another. Honestly, it's a lot of fun, and it doesn't feel like work. It feels like a AAU team playing together. It feels like we're back being 15 years old. In fact, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander actually said that verbatim. So it's like you can tell the difference between this team and every other team, and you can tell they have fun too. If you ever seen their post game interviews or their interviews after the game ends when they're still on the court, you can tell they really like each other. They have a lot of fun. They're so happy for one another, and they constantly giving each other credit. Like even when Shea got his Finals MVP, he gave the credit to his guys. When he won his regular season MVP, he got them watches and gave the credit to them. It's always a thing where nobody's cocky. Nobody thinks, oh yeah, this is me. This is my turn. This is my time to shine. It's always like, is it one unit? And Shay's is our star guy. He's our the face of the team, and the rest of us, we still have a chance. We still here. Everybody feels valued. Everybody feels like they have something to give to this team. A lot of other teams is not like that. It's always like 5, 6, 7 guys, and the rest of them really just don't perform, or they don't feel valued. They don't have a big part to play. With this team, it's not that. Everybody has a part to play. And at any given moment, they could plug in whoever, and they're gonna perform and give them exactly who they need, and give them what they want and what they need. Now, predictions for the NBA Finals, I'm taking the Thunder all the way. I don't care who comes out the East. I don't care if the Knicks pull a 3-1 comeback or if the Pacers beat them tonight. I'm taking the Thunder winning the NBA Finals. They're going all the way. And the thing is, no guy on these two teams in the East can guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You could put Neesmith, you could put Nembhard, you could put Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Anobi. You literally can't. He's their height, he's their size, and he has more in his bag, and he gets off the ball. Sometimes I know he takes like 25, 30 shots, but other guys are going to score too. Chet Holmgren is going to score too. And he's going to be X Factor again. You have, what's his name? J-Dub, he's going to score too. Somebody, you got to guard all three of them. And on top of that, they have guys that's going to hit the three. And also, another big thing before I end the video, and I think this is going to be my last point that I make, the Thunder were up yesterday by 30 points, and I think in the third quarter or in the beginning of the fourth quarter, they only had 6 threes. 6 threes. They don't need to launch 50 threes and make 20 of them for them to beat you by 30 or to beat you at all. They're going to utilize the paint. So good luck. If you pack the paint, they know how to shoot. And if you set zone defense, they know how to get around that too. They've seen it all playoffs. And Halliburton's going to be suffocated. He's not going to get the space that Mikal Bridges is giving him. This isn't that type of series. This is not the Knicks. This team's going to get at it. And they're stronger too. You have Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, all these guys. Bro, I'm telling you, they're going to D up. And it's going to be over for the Pacers or the Knicks. Whoever makes it out, I don't really care. Thunder give me Thunder in 6. I want to say 5 so bad, but give me Thunder in 6. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Real Talk with E. Safety.